Hi everyone, welcome to the Cook with Janie kitchen. Today we are working with one of my favorite Canadian ingredients, and I am celebrating my Canadian heritage this week with Canadian recipes. And today it's salmon, smoked salmon to be particular, and I really love smoked salmon. I love anything with salmon, and this is a really super easy recipe. And you can do it for a snack, you can do it for a canapé, you can have it as a dinner party starter, you can have it as a lunch. It's really filling and satisfying and really totally delicious. You'll be amazed how quick it is. So today what we're going to do is, I'll show you the ingredients first for my super simple smoked salmon pâté. So here we are here. And thanks everyone for coming on. It's lovely to see your names popping up. So 40 grams of spring onions, and you could do as little as 30 grams, or you could do the white of leeks instead if you wanted to. Depends on what time of the year it is. And 200 grams of smoked salmon, 60 grams each of cream cheese, and double cream. And if you can't get double cream, then I'm sure you could use single cream or just your whatever would be your pouring coffee cream instead. And then there is some freshly squeezed lemon juice and some black pepper, freshly ground. So that's nice and easy, and we are just going to get started here. It's a super fast recipe, so this won't be a very long video today. Hi everyone. And so what I've got here is, I've got my Thermomix TM6, this model is, and I'm actually on the scale setting because I was just weighing out ingredients before you all joined me. So I'm going to say goodbye to the scales here and go back to the home screen, and we're going to start, actually I could have left it on the scales. I've pre-weighed most things, so I'm just going to add in my spring onions. And just because I picked them straight from the garden, I'm going to show you what they look like when you pick them. So this is a spring onion, and it looks like a little miniature onion. These ones have formed little bulbs at the root. Sometimes they're straight and white and you don't get that little bulb. And but these ones did, and they're really nice, not too strongly oniony, which is lovely. I think in Australia you call them echalots. And I think in Canada they're called green onions. So I've peeled them, and I end up with these lovely little white bulbs and lots of green bits. And the green bits are going to be adding some color to our smoked salmon pâté, which is really nice and easy. So I'm just going to weigh these in, and I'll show you they probably aren't quite as much as 40 grams because I'm going to be adding the rest of those lovely little green top bits. They do have flavor as well, so they're worth using. So 35 grams there. And then I've got my smoked salmon. I'm just going to add that in. That should be around 200 grams. So we'll set the scales back to 0. And here we go with our lovely cold smoked salmon today. I'm sure you could use hot smoked salmon in this recipe too, or just leftover cooked salmon as well. The flavor would be a lot milder. That might be quite nice for children to get started on this kind of a recipe. And then we're going to add in some cream cheese. And just to show you here, you can see that I've used some of this cream cheese already. This is my homemade yogurt cheese. And this is from, you know, when you strain your yogurt, your homemade yogurt, to make Greek yogurt, if you keep straining it overnight, then you end up with a really thick, creamy yogurt cheese, and that's what I've got here. So I'm going to add in 60 grams of this cream cheese. It's beautiful. You can use it in cheesecakes. You can use it in any recipe that calls for cream cheese. 67, not bad for a guest there. So here we go, and then I'm going to add my double cream. This is a lovely fresh cream from the farm, which I enjoy using. It tastes so good. And by the way, if ever you've got cream that is just on the edge, maybe the flavor is just going slightly soured, it's not bad, but it's not wonderfully fresh and sweet anymore, then what you can actually do is you can use it in a recipe like this, because we're going to be adding lemon, which would instantly sour the cream anyway. So this is a nice seedless lemon I can see, and I won't be adding that ingredient just yet. So let me just go here. I'm going to chop this for 5 seconds at speed 5. Nice and quick. It's, I told you, a super easy and fast recipe. So speed 5, here we go. And let me show you what has happened in those 5 seconds. So, do you want to, I'll lift up the bowl, John. And you can just show the light inside the bowl there. And basically you've got a really pinky looking, almost pâté already here. And we're going to add our lemon juice and our greens of the spring onions and a sprinkling of black pepper. So I'm going to save a few of these lovely little green bits because I'm going to use them to garnish it and add a bit of color. So here they go. That'll be the rest of my 40 grams-ish for the spring onions. And so there we are, those are saved, and the lemon juice, we'll just go back to the scales. The lemon juice is 20 grams of lemon juice. That should be about half a lemon of normal store-bought lemons in the UK. If you're in a country where you can grow lemons, you might find that your lemons are much more juicy and they might give a lot more juice. So if you don't want to weigh into your Thermomix directly, for instance, if you've got a TM5 or TM31, it might not sense the slow squeezing of the lemon juice in. So you might want to just do it into a bowl first. So let's just see here. Oh, it looks as if I might need to use almost all this lemon here. So there's 13 grams there. Bit more coming. 14, and you can see that the scales go up 1 gram at a time here. And 20 grams, that's fine. I've got a little bit of juice left in my lemon, which is good because you can taste it and decide whether you need any more, or you can slice that lemon and just serve it beside your smoked salmon pâté, which is always really nice. And a grind of black pepper. This I received as a beautiful gift. It's a copper pepper mill, and I'm actually going, I just received it as a gift yesterday, and I'm going to use it. It's an old hand grinder, and it reminds me of my grandparents' coffee grinder. This is how they ground their coffee beans. So just a few grinds, and that's rather lovely and very special to use. Thank you very much to the gift giver. You may well be watching and know exactly who you are. And so now I'm just going to scrape down the sides of my Thermomix bowl so that will all mix in easily and evenly. Oh, it looks like a picture in here with the greens and the smoked salmon color there. So there we are. And now, literally it's 8 seconds, speed 5. Might not even take that long. So let's just go. And I'm going to go to speed 5 and just listen to it. I know that I've told you about that before. It's a really good tip. I can set the timer to 8 seconds, but I might think it's finished before then. So I'll just listen until it's nice and even. I don't want it to get too smooth. So there's 5 seconds. I'll have a look again and see what it's like. So there we are. And actually, that looks totally perfect. So I'll just show you here. John's just bringing the light. Thank you, John. That's fabulous. And so what we've got is a beautiful pâté. That was a grand total of 10 seconds. And I'll just show you here what we're going to do. Just put the lid up there. I have my Canada plate, and I could choose to serve it on that, but actually I think it might look a little better on this beautiful pottery plate. And we got this on a narrowboat holiday when we stopped, and there was a pottery right beside the canal that had a pottery school, and that was rather lovely. And we actually enjoyed, well, I enjoyed going through the school shop and buying samples from the students. And this one is a beautiful one. I really like this plate. So here we go with our lovely smoked salmon pâté. And I just want to show you one last little trick for this super simple pâté. So you can see there that there's still quite a lot of pâté in the bowl, and we're just going to actually put that on here and just flick it off the blades. And you can hear literally it instantly flicked off the blades, which is really nice. That means you get more pâté to serve, which is lovely. We had this on Friday evening when some friends came round, and we had a lovely social, well, antisocial distance gathering in the garden, and it was lovely. We had this with oat cakes and slices of cucumber, and it was delicious. And I did 2 little dishes, so each couple had a little dish of their own. So depending on how you're entertaining, you can decide how you want to serve it. So John,
yeah,
yes.
There's a question from Wendy.
Yeah.
We know that Wendy needs particularly smooth food.
Yes.
She's saying she's hoping to be able to eat this particular recipe.
Yeah.
And she says, could I puree this longer to get it smooth enough to pass through a sieve?
Absolutely, Wendy. Just keep going at about speed 5 and pause and scrape down maybe every 30 seconds, or when you hear that the Thermomix isn't working on anything anymore, and just keep going. You might want to just add a little bit more double cream, and that'll actually thin it a little bit and make it easier to blend. So yes, that should be perfect. Thank you for asking. And now I'm just finishing off the beautiful look of my smoked salmon pâté. And here we go. This is just so amazingly delicious. And you could sprinkle a bit of pepper on top again if you wanted to. And here we are. It's a beautiful dish of super simple smoked salmon pâté, really easy, and we now have a beautiful lunch. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming on, and everybody who will be watching this later on YouTube and Facebook Live on my @CookWithJanie page. And John,
would you like to tell them what we're doing tomorrow as the final
Canadian
recipe?
Yeah. I definitely will tell you that. And the other thing that I wanted to mention is that there are other dips on cookwithjanie.com. There's a roasted red pepper and cashew dip, or cashew and roasted red pepper, and it's wonderful too, really super simple. Tomorrow, for my Canada theme, we will be doing Nanaimo bars. And Nanaimo bars traditionally were very, very sweet, and I've worked out a way so that they're not sickly, but totally delicious. Thanks very much, everyone, for coming on. Bye.